I'm going live right now. Alright. Let's see. Close that door. Alright, I am live. What's up, everybody? This is Carlos with Twins Reef, and this is the late night Reef Talk, Planet Aquarium Talk. I'm here with my nephew Darwin, so I'm asking him if he could do me a quick favor. If he could go on YouTube and just see how the volume and the quality of the video is. I don't know, but I am using Wi-Fi connection right now, so it might be buffering and stuff like that because I'm like probably 25 to 25 feet away from the Wi-Fi monitor. So how does it sound and how does it look? Looks good. I go to the living room, and check how it sounds and how it looks, and let me know. And then you rate it from 1 to 10. So I just sent them to the living room, and we'll see how it looks. So as you guys can see here, you want to say hi? One of my twins. This is Excel. Okay, go show him something. Close the door. So right now I am here, like basically in my backyard. In a way, you could say that because when you step out from the back of the house, the backyard was right here. This was like I don't know what to say it, but what we did, we put up 3 walls, one on my left side, one behind me. Actually 2 walls, and we closed this area here. And we didn't put any insulation, but I have my tanks here, as you guys can see. We have the Planet tank right behind me. We have the Red Sea right here, and we have one of the twin Reef tanks. Because the other one, as you guys know, was shut down, and you could actually see it's right here. It still has water. I haven't taken it down, to be honest, guys, because I feel like getting some seahorses or something different. Something unique, something I never had. So that's what I'm doing. Sounds good, Darwin?
Yes.
From 1 to 10, what do you rate it?
Like a 7 or 8.
7 or 8?
Like a little late.
Buffering? Oh no, late. That's how it is. That's how it is anywhere for anybody. Even if you have like the best equipment, there's always a buffering. I mean, not a buffering, but like a couple minutes, a second delay. You want to join the stream, Darwin? No?
I'm shy.
You're shy? Alright. So I'm going to open up the chat. So we have just one person, and that one person is Darwin. So shout out to Darwin who's watching us. Like I said, I know it's really late, and some people live in other areas where it's like 2 or 3 hours ahead from Pacific time. I am here in California, and it's 10 p.m. Yeah, so it's really late. Like I said, this is late night Reef Talk. So I just want to tell you guys a little bit what's been going on with my aquariums. I've been lazy of making any type of content, but I've been on top of taking care of my fish tanks with water changes and cleaning the glass and things like that. I did do a trim for the planted tank right behind me. Basically, this is a house plant that was right here in this room. So all this will just come out right here, and it was in the front of the tank, a bunch of plants. So what I didn't like it. I thought it was ugly. It was just too much. It looks really disgusting. So I just basically trimmed the plant, and I potted it, even though it had no roots. This house plant, I don't know the name of it, but they are easy to root. So hopefully it grows roots, and it does good on those pots. So they've been doing really good on the Planet tank. I haven't had no issues with algae at all, or hair algae, cyanobacteria, anything like that with this Planet tank. To be honest, this is one of my favorite aquariums at the moment. And well, I think what was the cause of algae for this tank was because before, when I was trying to set up a high-tech Planet aquarium, I was doing all the high-tech stuff like CO2, injected CO2, the AI prime lights for fresh water, and with rich nutrient substrate, like the fluval stratum that I was using. So I try to set up a planted tank about 2 to 3 times. Um, the first time I tried to do it like the right way, I went the dry start method, meaning that at first I wanted a carpet effect. Basically, the whole substrate, the bottom of the tank was filled with Monte Carlo, and it did work. So what I'll do for that process was basically always keep it moist and put some type of cover on top of the glass tank to keep it moist, and that's how the Monte Carlo grew with the same light schedule that was here, and it grew really fast. Probably within a month, I already had the whole thing covered. You guys can go back to my other videos if you guys don't believe me. But once I set up the tank, I put water in it. Within the first week, I started to notice cyanobacteria and cyanobacteria and hair algae issues. So I went to a fish store all the way in Sacramento, California, which is basically 45 minutes from right here. I spoke to the guy. He's a good guy, a good aquascaper. If you guys have Instagram, you guys could go to Exotic Scapes, and he has to see all his work. So I told him what I was trying to do, because at first I was trying to hire him, so like he could do me a aquascape and I'll just maintain it. But that never happened. But then he's like, "Hey, are you using tap water? That could be the cause." So he's like, "Why don't you try RO water?" So I did that, and then he told me how I could supplement the water column, since once you have RO water, it extracts all the benefits of the tap water, all the all the material, or what is it called, like all the magnesium, calcium, and things like that, the iron, but also the bad things that could cause algae issues. So basically, he recommended this bottle called CCAM XL. Oh no, not XL. I actually have a product underneath my stand, but it was a CCAM product. So basically, when you have RO water or RODI, which is the case for me, RODI water, you add that and it gives all the micro nutrients the plants need. So I did that route, and I did the dosing for the bottle. And again, so with the first game that went bad that I told you guys, I got rid of everything. The only thing I kept was the wood and the dragonstone. I got rid of the substrate. So I was like, I'm going to get new substrate. I was motivated, and I did the RODI method. And again, I started to have algae issues. I bought a bunch of plants. They started to die because they were covered with hair algae. The hair algae basically suffocated the plants. They couldn't breathe. They couldn't get no oxygen. And they just melted away, and the algae just took over. And I was going to give up, to be honest. This tank was in my garage. But I was like, you know what? And I was going to give up because I was actually going to get rid of my 2 twin tanks here on the side. I was going to move everything here and just have this one here and that one. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I already had the lights, which I probably spent like $300 on the lights. On the Rockscape too, like a couple $100, and I already had the fish at the time. I was like, I'm gonna set it up again. I did a little bit more research. I went to forums and things like that, and what I found was that fluval stratum, if it's for like a larger aquarium, it causes a lot of issues because it basically leaches out ammonia, and it takes like a year. That's what they said, that they found that it takes about a year for it to actually mature and for you not to have no algae issues and things of that sort. I know Tropica is a good substrate, but that's too expensive for me, especially if you're setting up like a larger tank. So what I decided to do, guys, I kind of wanted sand because I wanted both of the tanks to look alike, and my saltwater and my fresh water, just two sides of the world for when it comes to this aqua life. So we have this reef tank that will represent the ocean, and we have the planet tank which represent the rivers and creeks and lakes like that. So I was like, you know what, I want sand, and I knew that sand has no beneficial nutrients for the plants. So I was like, how am I going to apply that nutrient that the plants that have roots needed? So I was like, you know what, let me try root taps. I'm gonna do that. So I went with root taps that I already knew that worked, which CCAM root taps, and I did that. Already had those 2 bottles that I use for the RODI. One to supplement the water column, and the other one, is that you pump it once a week or whenever you do water changes. And um, it's been working good with me. The lights, they're not at the high setting, more at the low setting. They're like mid range, between medium and high. Not a lot of light goes right now to the tank because of the plants, the house plants on top. They take some of that and give shade to the tank. And honestly, this tank looks sick. It looks dope. The plants that I'm using were given to me by a brother in Christ. His name is Rufino, and he gave me these plants. He gave me a bunch that I have. I had to set up a 6-gallon tank and put the plants there. But I put some here, and then I put some in the background as well with super glue. I super glued all of them. And then the plants that I went with here are some the lily plant with Amazon Swartz, and the other plant that he also gave me. I'm trying to remember, but I cannot remember at the moment. And then I think I also got some repens, which they are all doing well, and they do not have no algae, no hair algae, no cyanobacteria. Fingers crossed. Everything's looking well. Fish looking healthy. I did used to have rummy nose, but this is an open top tank, and I've noticed that tetras jump out. So first I wanted to have about 40 tetras here, so I did buy 20 tetras, but I wanted to have 40 with cardinals and rummy nose, but then I noticed that they just jump out. Also, right now I noticed that they have some ick, which is not that bad, but I'm probably gonna dose today. I've been just waiting because I know you should act on it fast, but it's not like crazy. I don't see none of my other fish. They've been like that with that egg for about a week. So I just been waiting because I don't want to add some type of medication that could have copper or things like that and kill the plants. They won't kill the fish, but the medication, if it has something that the plants don't like, they will kill the plant. So I waited on that, so I'm gonna start doing that. House plants are looking well. I have 2 type of house plants. I actually have a lily plant house plant, and you can see the white flower there. Fishes that I have here are the German blue ram and 2 discus, as well as a albino swordtail fish. So that is my freshwater tank, and at the moment I'm gonna have my nephew Darwin to join you guys the stream. I think I have some daddy duties to do right now. My wife, she is behind the camera. Shout out to my wife. So I'll leave you guys with my nephew Darwin, and I think he has a sick ass fish tank in his house. I think he still has one, and he can tell you guys a little bit about his beta fish and the tank that he has.
The beta fish
Tell him about your fishing, Darwin, or your experience with fish.
The one that died? The one that died?
Go ahead, see. Tell him about your experience with your fish, Darwin. What you think?
And the one that died.
Hello everybody, my name is Darwin, and my uncle told me to get behind the camera and talk about my experience with fish. I don't really have experience with fish, but it really only betas, because my mom would buy me fish out of stores and stuff, and I would have to take care of them, but mine died when my mom forgot to change the water, and then she got another one for my little brother, but his died to an unknown reason. For some reason the vase broke or whatever, the tank, and it was seeping out water, but we didn't really notice that it was. So by the time we found out that the fish was basically dying, it was too late. It was dead, so we had to throw it out. I don't really have good experience with fish. So my uncle has amazing fish tanks, as you can see here. He has lots of little. I don't really know what you call them, but they're little organisms that the fish like to like hang out by, and these little fish right here, I don't really know what they're called, but my uncle said they jump out, so that can be good. He has put a little net up here so that fish don't climb out or whatever, jump out. This fish right here, it looks pretty cool. It's like orange and red. It has black little dots or whatever on its face. And there, I noticed a little fish right here. It looks like a little, I forgot what it's called, a catfish. It looks like a little catfish, and it looks like it is eating algae from the plants and stuff. And that's pretty cool. Oh, there's one right here as well. It's a little bit bigger. And this tank looks, I like it the most because it looks like a little, I don't know what to say. It gives me like a forest vibe because there's like a huge tree right here or whatever. Pieces of wood all around and plants. And it is very interesting to look at. And looking over here, it looks like my uncle has a clownfish, but it's not. It doesn't have the like natural colors. Well, I don't really know what the natural colors are. Like the colors from Finding Nemo. It is actually white and black. Its eyes are black as well. So that is weird. And I don't know what fish this is, but it is very colorful, and it looks very nice to me. And my uncle also has put a lot of rocks here. I don't know how old these rocks are, because he has had a lot of tanks over the years, and I know because I have almost seen them all. And sometimes he has to put plants in here, and it's very dangerous because some of these are poison and they could get you sick. So he's here, and
What are you telling them?
I'm gonna get out of here.
You wanna go get a check? What are you telling them?
About the stuff, about the fish.
What do you know about corals, Darwin?
Corals?
Yeah.
I forgot.
What were you telling them that?
That these can make you really sick if they release
Toxic.
Toxic, yeah.
I actually had to go to the hospital. I told you already, right? I used to have a coral that there are ceranthic corals. You can look them up on your phone. Basically, there's no cure for it. It's called polytoxin. So, in the reef hobby, a lot of people, what they do, they grow the corals out. Once they grow, they cut them to sell them, to trade them. You can do it mostly on any corals, like the digitatas there, the hammer corals, the mushrooms. With the mushrooms, you use like a blade to cut them, or they naturally split. So same thing with the zoanthid. You use a blade because these belong to the soft coral family. But zoanthids have this thing called polytoxin, which every coral has toxins, but polytoxin is one of the most dangerous polytoxins, and there's no cure for it. So basically, your immune system has to fight it. And if you have a weak immune system, then unfortunately you are dead. So I had to go to a hospital. I was frying coral. I had gloves, but I didn't have a mask, or I didn't have glasses. So when I was cutting it, I got some of the liquid almost at my eye, and then within 2 days, I started to notice that I had a metallic taste. I thought at first, like the next day, I had a pink eye, but then I thought it was just a pink eye. But then I started to have metallic taste, rapid heart rate, and I was like, what could it be? And then I remember I was doing, I was cutting the psoas, so I thought that was probably toxins. It basically went away within 2 weeks, but I went to a hospital, but doctors didn't know anything about it. They just said it was anxiety. So I don't know. But yeah. Anyhow, I just noticed on my tank, one of my corals looks like it's dying, so hopefully it doesn't die. I have no heater or no temperature controls in this tank. I'm on any of my tanks. I'm a bad hobbyist, but I always have my AC running, and I do have a room temperature control thing that tells me the temperature of the room. I know. We've been streaming for about. Let's see. We've been streaming for 21 minutes. I don't know what consider this a test or something of that sort. Who's that? Naomi? Oh, what's up? So we have my little sister here, Naomi. She's behind the camera, so shout out to Naomi. You want to say hi? I can say hi. Alright, so far the stream quality and video looks good. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming a lot, but I feel like streaming since I haven't made any video, any type of content. For those that didn't know, my wife was pregnant. My daughter was born the day after 4th of July. We've been really busy. So it's been about almost 2 weeks, about 11 days now, and she just got home today. She was in the NICU because she was born before time. But yeah, she is home now just today, so we're so thankful and grateful that she is home. I'm going to be home. I took like 8 weeks off work. I might take 12 depending how everything goes. But so I'm gonna have more time, but there's so many things to do here at the house. My wife had a C-section. This is her first time having a C-section, and it's really tough on the woman's body. And respect to all the women, because when I saw that, guys, I was there. It is horrible, and they go through a lot. So I've been doing everything that my wife does. Well, I try to cleaning, cooking, going to buy groceries and things like that. Also, we have other animals like dogs, chickens, birds, the fish. So I have to take care of all of them, feed them, give them water, clean, pick up the dog poo, and it's just too much. My wife, she's been a full-time mom, housewife since we got together, and it's tough being at the house because there's so many things to do. So salute to my wife. Also, guys, I was cleaning and I found stickers. This is the Twins Reef stickers. For those that didn't know, I actually got some stickers made, and this is my wife's stickers. I found some. So these are the only two that I found. They were in an envelope. I was gonna send out to somebody. There's like 3 or 4 people on Instagram that I owe them stickers. So I'm gonna see which one I'm gonna send them to. But I've been lazy. I need to order new stickers to send them out because I know 4 people asked for stickers and I just never gave none to any, and then others wanted to trade some. But I personally really like this one. This one's dope. It's cool. My wife's one is nice too. So yeah, I gotta send those out. Yeah. So all the tanks have been doing well on this tank. I don't know if when I did the update I told you guys I added the Euro 5, but this tank has probably been set up for about a month now. I mean more than a month, but the corals have been in this tank probably for about a month now. and they are all doing well. Um, the mushrooms, the euphilia, the digitatas, everything's looking well. Um, and then the tank right here, that's where I told you guys I moved all my uh, corals that I want, that I need to remove. I took pictures, but I haven't put them up on Facebook or on Craigslist to sell them, rehome them, trade them, not yet. Um, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. Um, let's see. Shout out to Darwin. You're still viewing my video? Shout out to Darwin. He's the only viewer we got. Alright. So I'm probably going to stop this video at 30 minutes. We are about 25 minutes in this live stream. Alright, what could I talk about? I don't know. Just that everything's doing well. My disc is here. I don't know. I'm probably going to rehome them. They're getting a little bit large. Even though they're beautiful fish, this tank is just not big enough for them. I know I haven't made an update on this tank. So, the last video I didn't tell you guys about the vinyl swordtail fish. One fish that I still have that I'm so surprised every time I see him, that I can see him right now, it is, what are they called? Oh man, I'm trying to remember their names. They're like these microfish, nanofish, that I bought when I had set up the 20-gallon drop-off. So hard to remember his name, but it's a nanofish. I'm surprised I still have him. I don't know. This tank's nice. I wish I had a larger tank. That way I could keep this as an angelfish, but this will do for now. Because, I don't want to have 4 tanks set up. If I was to have this large tank, it would just be the Red Sea and a large plant tank. But we'll see again. On the other drop-off tank, again, I'm thinking of getting seahorses. But I haven't found any. What I want to do, actually, I want to go to stores and see what type of corals and fish I can find. Everything's heck of pricey now everywhere. Things cost more than they used to, so it's a little bit harder, to make a purchase. Another thing that I've been doing, not fish related, but I've got into Dragon Ball Z. So it's pretty sick for those that haven't seen Dragon Ball Z. Been watching it with my nephew. He's been here since Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday. Since Tuesday, we've been watching Dragon Ball Z. We're in episode 37 of Dragon 40 or 41 Dragon Ball Super, which is sick because I told him when I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, I was like probably his age. He's 13, and I was crazy. I used to think that I could do the Kamehameha. Once my parents go to work, I'll stay home and I'll concentrate and try to do the Kamehameha. One time I thought that it was actually going to happen, so I had to put my hands down because I thought I was going to make a hole on the wall. But yeah, the last season that I watched on Dragon Ball Z was when they were fighting against Kid Buu. And then I just never watched Dragon Ball Z after that. And then I went to the thrift store and I seen some VHS tapes of Dragon Ball Z. I had a VHS at that time, so I started to watch them. And then here and there, I would watch movies at home, Dragon Ball Z related. And just recently, I started to watch the Dragon Ball Super series. And it's really fun, funny, and a lot of action. Because, it's an anime, so that's like a little bit more like for adults and not towards kids. So that is something I'm doing outside of the reef keeping and, fish aquarium hobby. And that's pretty much it. Just that and, being a dad, taking care of my family, providing. Doing chores that you have to do around the house with the animals, and that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. I know this is a late night stream. It's like 10. It's about to be 10:30 p.m. And at Easter time, I don't know. It's probably like 12 or 1. So I don't know if they're 2 hours ahead of us. So. I know people, they're doing the thing. It's the weekend. A lot of people, they go out But yeah. Anyhow, I am ending the live stream right here. I thank everybody who watches the playback. And again, shout out to that loyal viewer, Darwin. My nephew, he's in the back of the camera. And he is still watching. Anyhow, till next time, guys, I am out. Peace.